most of you guys know that my favorite place to go turn up, get lit, and have a good time is in Las Vegas. That's like my go-to spot because the nightlife is unlike anything else. I live in LA and there's just no comparison. So I put together my little list of things that I really wanted to share with you guys on how to have like the most out of your entire Vegas experience. I go there pretty often. I'm actually about to go in a week or two. So I'm gonna be using these tips as I always do, and I just thought it would be really beneficial to those of you that have never been to Vegas before, you want to learn how to have a better experience there, or you just want to know how to not die. You know, then these might help you out. Let's go ahead and jump into the first hack and tip, and that is to go with the right friends. I think it's so annoying to travel with people that don't like to do the same things that you like to do, especially in a place like Vegas. For example, if you like to go to the clubs, don't go to someone that has the intention on just going to Vegas to have a relaxing spa vacation, or someone that just likes to gamble all of the time. Go with friends that like to do the same things that you like to do, whether you guys have the same music taste. Especially if you guys like electronic music, then Vegas is definitely the place to go for that. So just make sure that you're going with the right people. I know I have gone with friends before that like to go to bed at midnight, and I'm just like, why are you here? My next hack kind of goes along with that, and that is to make sure that you check ahead of time what the lineup is like. I know for me personally, I like to go to Vegas specifically for the nightlife and going out to the clubs, so I like to plan my trips based around the lineup. So I'll go ahead and look on Google and figure out what artists, producers, and DJs are going to be playing around the time frame that I want to go. This way I have a plan and an intention to go see those specific people. So it definitely makes your trip so much easier to already know ahead of time who's going to be playing, what clubs you're going to go to, and what outfits to pack, you know, what the vibe is going to be like. My third hack is a really important one that I think is like the best hack of them all, and it's staying in the same hotel as the club that you plan on going to. Think about this for a second. You know, you've been standing up, dancing in super high heels, you're drunk, a little tired, super dehydrated. The best thing is just going to an elevator and going up to your room and falling asleep in your bed instead of having to take a car or having to walk back to your own hotel. It's so convenient and so easy just to go up to your room in the same hotel as you're partying in. So if you can, if the rates are great, definitely book a room in the same hotel as the club that you plan on going to. The fourth hack is to plan. Make sure you guys allow yourself enough time to have dinner, pre-game, get showered, and get glam before you go out to the clubs. There's nothing worse than not having enough time to do your makeup or figure out what outfit you're gonna wear because you're rushed. And you also, for hack number 5, you wanna make sure that you get to the club beforehand, okay? There's nothing worse than having to get to a club at like 11 p.m. The line is wrapped around the entire hotel because there's so many people that are trying to get in. That is the worst thing. It definitely ruins the vibe, it ruins your buzz, and you're just standing in line for an hour, maybe even 2 hours trying to get inside. So I definitely recommend that you plan ahead of time and make sure that you have dinner around 7 o'clock, depending on how many people are in your room. You know, give yourself enough time to shower, jam out to your tunes, and get hype before you go out for a crazy freaking night. And it's so much better to get to the club a little bit early so you can kind of scope it out, get your drinks in, and just really soak up the whole entire Vegas experience without it being ruined by a long line that you have to wait in. And hack number 6 is so exciting. It's taking advantage of the drinking laws in Las Vegas. So you can actually drink alcohol on the streets. It's crazy. I love it. It's so cool. And I feel like I'm breaking the law even though I'm not. So let's say you have a day where you're planning to go shopping or something. Stop by Fat Tuesday. It's one of my absolute favorite places to go to get a margarita, and they make them so strong. So be careful, you might need a nap after one of them, but you can get a frozen margarita and it has tons of tequila shots in it. You can get different flavors. It's just a really cool experience to be able to drink on the streets while you tour the strip or walk in and out of different hotels, do some shopping. Like, it's just so cool. So you definitely want to take a stop at Fat Tuesday and even buy like a really cool like souvenir cup because they have really cool designs that you can fill them up in. And if you keep the cup and you go to a different Fat Tuesday location, you'll get a discount on your refills. So this next hack is one that I have done before and it was just like a never ever do it again experience, and it's to do a 24-hour trip in Vegas. There's just simply not enough time to enjoy yourself, and the recovery of it is just the worst. So I do not recommend just doing a 24-hour experience in Vegas, especially if you live in LA like me and you live so close and you're driving. Like, that makes it even worse because you have to make that 4 or 5 hour drive back hungover. So I do not recommend trying to do a 24-hour trip in Vegas. Even if you're flying, now this is the next hack, is to never take an early flight out of Las Vegas. Again, I have done this before and it's on my list of things not to do ever again, because you'll most likely be hungover and drunk at the airport, which was me the last time that I went. I don't even remember how I got to the airport, but thank God I had good friends that took care of me and were responsible enough to guide me through this nightmare. Okay, so I ended up going to the airport, going through TSA, and I had a big bottle of Gatorade, and we all know that you can't have liquids over 3.4 ounces, and obviously I was not thinking straight, so they took my bag to look further into it to see why it was beeping off, and the guy pulled out the Gatorade and said, "Ma'am, I think you need this more than I need to take it from you." So yes, I was very not present in that moment, so I just don't recommend that you take a early flight out of Vegas, and I don't recommend trying to do a 24-hour trip in Vegas. 2 days is probably like the best thing that you could do because it's enough time to party and get that out of your system without feeling like you've been in Vegas way too long and you can't handle it anymore. This next hack is one that I do all of the time, and it's travel with a group of friends, okay? Get your gang together, the right ones, like I mentioned earlier, but it makes the trip so much more fun. Not only do you have so many different personalities that you get to kick it with in a cool city, but it makes the trip so much more affordable. So you can split the gas, you can split the hotel, which is the biggest hotels in Vegas, depending on when you go. If it's a holiday, for example, the rates are gonna be sky high. If there's a boxing match, again, the rates are gonna be sky freaking high. So getting a gang of your friends together really helps make the trip much more affordable if you don't mind sharing a room. I don't mind sharing a room with all of my friends. It makes for amazing memories and stories to share later, which I have plenty of them, which makes it so much more enjoyable looking back. But like I said, when you get to split the rates by 3-4 people, it's so dope. Like, save your coin and travel with your friends. Moving on to the next hack, and it is packing comfortable shoes that you can walk around in without feeling like your feet are going to die and crumble off your body. So for me, Converse, Vans, anything flat and comfortable, like a Nike shoe, a running shoe, whatever, is gonna be your best friend, especially after a night out at the club and you're a girl and you're wearing heels. It's just not a good time to be walking around in something uncomfortable. So, you know, if you want to have a day where you're out shopping, walking around the strip from hotel to hotel, grabbing food, you know, getting your Fat Tuesday on, you're definitely going to want to have a comfortable pair of shoes to walk in. And Vegas, like, the strip itself is so long, so you could honestly walk from MGM all the way down to Encore, you know, in a reasonable amount of time, obviously stopping in between hotels, but it's gonna be a long walk and your feet are gonna be killing you, so you definitely wanna make sure that you have something comfortable. This is extremely important, guys. Please make sure that you stay hydrated and you are taking care of your body. If you are the type to go to Vegas, drink, turn up, let loose, make sure that you go ahead and buy yourself like a 1.5 liter of water. Honestly, this is not enough water for me. I like to go to the Walgreens or the drugstore on the strip when I check into my hotel and pick up 1 to 2 gallons of water, like a gallon per day. Okay, the water bottles in the hotel are like $6. Don't do that. Get yourself a gallon for like $2 and it will last you for the day. I mean, nothing is worse than going out at night, turning up, having so much fun, getting back to the hotel, passing out, and then waking up in the middle of the night because you were so thirsty and your throat feels like the Sahara Desert. The next thing that I wrote down is super important, you guys. This is being loyal to your club promoter. I have a girl that I love so much and she always hooks it up for me and my squad, so it's really important, one, to find a club promoter. I happen to have met her way back in the day, a couple years ago, when I went with a group of friends. I don't know how you meet them. Like, it's just like, you just meet them, you know? Club promoters want you to be loyal to them because that is their job, you know? They get you into these clubs for free, and I think it's just nice of you to be considerate, to be loyal to that one promoter, and they will always not pass you along to someone, but if they don't work at a specific club, for example, that you want to get into, they will give your contact info to another club promoter that they know to get you on that list. So this also goes along with the next hack, and it's making sure that you have an even ratio of guys to girls within your group. So you never want to go to Vegas with a group of 1 girl and like 3 guys, because that means that 1, the guys are probably most likely going to have to pay to get in, and also you're going to have to wait much longer to get into the club because they always break it down from girls. Like they want more girls to get into the club. So if you can, have like a ratio of like 2 guys to 2 girls, 3 girls, 2 guys, more girls the better. I always make sure to contact my girl the day that I'm going to Vegas, and I let her know how many guys and girls are going to be in my group, what club I want to go to with the specific DJ. That way she has all the information ready, she can get me on the list, and I don't have to worry about getting into each club when I want to go. It's just already taken care of for me. This next hack is like the essentials that I can never go to Vegas without. I always make sure to bring these things with me in my suitcase. Eye drops, very essential, especially when you go out all night and you pass out with makeup on and you don't really get off all the eyelash glue, so your eyes are red and crusty and you just don't feel as refreshed as you should be. Eye drops are definitely essential for me, as well as migraine medicine, because we all feel a little hungover, we get the headaches, so you definitely want to get some sort of migraine relief. I also make sure to pack a fresh thing of makeup removing wipes, because we get too lazy sometimes. If you even get to the point of taking off your makeup, you definitely want to have something a little easy to remove everything. If worst case scenario, you don't wash your face before going to sleep, so make sure you have those. I also make sure to pack or stop by and pick up Red Bull. You don't want to be that person that falls asleep in the club because you can't hang. So if you need it, please pick it up and thank me later, because there's nothing worse than having receipts, like photos of you, of your friends, snapping you while you're passed out at the table. Okay, don't be that person. And plenty of snacks. Again, I pick up all the snacks from the drugstore, because you don't want to, again, pay for snacks in that little tray in the hotel. Way too expensive. Obviously, you'll have meals and stuff in Vegas, but if you're just like hungry middle of the night, early in the morning, these are definitely great. And that's it, you guys. That wraps up my survival guide, my hacks, my tips and tricks on how to survive Las Vegas. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you give it a big thumbs up. If you like hack videos like this, be sure to check out the others that I have on my channel. I'll be sure to leave my playlist down below for you guys. And don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye!